Hello friends, welcome back, and if you're new to our channel, thank you for stopping by. Today I have an interesting and easy crochet project to share with you. So let us start off, and this time we are going to use all our scrap yarn. So you can get ready with your scrap yarns, and the hook size that I am using is 2.5 mm. So let us start off with a magic ring. This is going to be a beautiful cushion cover, and the magic ring is done. Then I'm going to chain 3. Once that is done, we need to work a double crochet into the magic ring. Now the first chain of 3 is also counted as one double crochet, followed by another double crochet. So we worked a chain of 3 plus 2 double crochet. After that, a chain of 3. Now into the magic ring, let us make a set of 3 double crochet again. This is the second, followed by the third. So our second set of 3 double crochet done. Let us chain 3, and into the magic ring, let us make our third set of 3 double crochet. 2 is already done. Let us work the third one. 1 2 3 set is done. Now chain 3, and into the magic ring we are going to work 3 number of double crochet. 1, that's the second, followed by the third. So we have 4 set of 3 double crochet. Now let us chain 3, and then let's pull the tail of the magic ring, and that's first, second and the third, and into the topmost chain of the very first chain of 3 we are going to do a slip stitch. After that I chain 1 to secure my work, and now I'm going to snip off the yarn because this time we are going to change colors in every round. That's the tail of the magic ring with a tight pull, and this is how it looks. The pattern is very easy. Now let us move on to the second round with our new yarn, and my slip knot is already done. Now we are going to start in every round from the corners. So here I am attaching my new yarn with the help of a slip knot, and let us chain 3, which should be counted as 1 double crochet. 1 double crochet, that is the chain of 3 is done, followed by 2 number of double crochet. So in the corner we have 3 double crochet, that is counting the first chain of 3. Now let us chain 1 and hop into the next corner to work 3 double crochet. That's the first, this is the second, followed by the third double crochet. As it is the corner, we are going to chain 3, yes, and into the same space let's work 3 double crochet again. So our complete first corner is done. Let's chain 1 and hop into the next corner and work 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. We are going to use all our scrap yarns for making this beautiful project. It's going to be a cushion cover, perfect for beginners who are new into crocheting. So here I am working my corner. So that's the third double crochet. Now let's chain 1 and hop into the next corner space and work 3 double crochet. That's the first one, followed by the second, the third, and now let us chain 3. 1 2 and 3, and into the corner space let's work 3 double crochet. 1, this is the second, followed by the third double crochet. So now let's chain 1, and we need to complete this corner because only half of it is done. So let's work the first double crochet, followed by the second, and the third double crochet. Now let us chain 3 and slip stitch into the topmost chain. That's the chain of 3, and into the topmost chain we are going to slip stitch carefully. Now one thing I would like to suggest here is you should use the yarn which are less in quantity in the initial rounds, and then we are going to proceed. Now here I have already changed my yarn color. I will be working with the white yarn, and the slip knot is done, and attaching the new yarn to our corners as we have been doing. Once the new yarn is attached, I am going to chain 3, which will be counted as 1 double crochet. And we must remember to tuck the yarns behind. The chain of 3 is done. Now I am working my first double crochet, followed by the second double crochet into the corner space. So the first chain of 3 plus 2 double crochet makes 3 double crochet. Now let's chain 1, and here the pattern is slightly changing. Into the chain 1 space we are going to work a set of 3 double crochet. As our project is increasing, so the number of 3 double crochets will also be increasing. So let's chain 1 and hop into the corner space to work 3 double crochet, chain 3, and again 3 double crochet, 1, 2 and 3. So here we have already started our third round. Now chain 1 and into the middle gap where we have chain 1 space, there we are going to work 3 double crochet. Let's chain 1 and hop into the corner. It's a very simple pattern. It's just a granny square which will be used to make a beautiful and colorful cushion cover. So my 3 double crochet is done. Let us chain 3, as that's the corner space, and work a set of 3 double crochet again. So my 3 double crochet is complete. This is how it looks, and we are going to continue. And I have worked a portion of it. Now into the chain 1 space I am working 3 double crochet. Let's chain 1 and into the corner space, that's our incomplete corner, there we are working 3 double crochet. In every round we are going to have incomplete corner which we are going to complete. After that, chain 3 and slip stitch into the topmost chain of the very first chain of 3. The slip stitch carefully. Yes, and then I'm going to chain 1 to secure my work and then snip off the yarn. So here this is how it looks right now. You can use all your scrap yarns and make it colorful as possible. Now I'm going to change color again, and you can keep working. It is going to depend on the size of your cushion cover. Once the yarn is attached, let's chain 3, which will be counted as 1 double crochet. After that, 2 double crochet into the corner space. That's the first, this is the second. So 2 double crochet plus the first chain of 3 makes 3 double crochet. Let's chain 1 and hop into the chain 1 space where we are going to work 3 double crochet again. That's the first, second and the third. In every rounds the set of 3 double crochet is going to keep increasing. Now chain 1 and into the next chain 1 space we are going to work 3 double crochet. Hop into the corner space. Before doing that, I chained 1 and I am going to make 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. So my corner is done. That's my first complete corner. After that I chain 1 and hop into the chain 1 space where we need to work 3 double crochet. The 3 double crochet is done. Let us chain 1 and hop into the next chain 1 space to work 3 double crochet again. That too is complete. I chain 1 and hop into the corner where we know what we have to do, that is 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. So here I'm working my corner. It's about to be complete. So that's the final double crochet. Now let's chain 1 and hop into the chain 1 space to work a set of 3 double crochet. This is how it is to be worked. Now the size of the granny square is going to depend on the size of the cushion that we have. Now finally this round is going to get over. I just chained 1 and then I am going to hop into the incomplete corner space and work my 3 double crochet. Then let's chain 3 and slip stitch into the topmost chain of the very first chain of 3. So that is done. Let's chain 1 and snip off the yarn. As I told you, the rounds are going to increase according to the size of your cushion, and I am going to work 15 colorful rounds with all the different colored yarns that I have. I have shown you 4 rounds. We are going to continue, at least for my cushion, we need to work 15 rounds. And the 16th round. Now the 16th round I am going to work with a brown color. Now let us start off again from the corner. This is how big I have worked my granny square. Into the corner space we are going to attach a new yarn. Now let us chain 3, which will be counted as 1 double crochet. Once done, we are going to work 2 number of double crochet into the corner space. So this is going to be the incomplete corner as we had initially. After that, let us chain 1 and hop into the chain 1 space. We are going to clip the yarn at the back. Now let's hop into the chain 1 space and work 3 double crochet. That's the first, followed by the second and the third. The process is same, no changes. After that, chain 1 and hop into the next chain 1 space where we are going to work 3 double crochet. This is the 16th round and this is my final round. Making this cushion cover, we need to have 4 such granny squares, and this is my first one. And for all the 4 granny squares, the last round we are going to work with the same color. Before that, we are not going to bother about the colors. We are just going to use any color that we wish, but the final color we are going to work all the 4 granny squares with the same color. It's a very simple pattern, and into each of the chain spaces here I am working 3 double crochet. After that, I chain 1 and hop into the next chain 1 space. So I'm going to work in the similar fashion till I reach my corner space. Let's chain 1 and hop into the corner chain 3 space to work our complete corner. 3 double crochet, chain 3 and 3 double crochet. It's a very easy and a simple pattern. It's the basic granny square pattern. Now let's chain 1 and hop into the chain 1 space and work 3 double crochet. We must always remember to work a chain of 1 after our 3 double crochets are complete. So in the similar fashion, I am going to work all around, and I'm going to catch up with you once I reach the starting point. As I told you, we need to work 4 such granny square patterns, and here I am almost at the end of this particular round. I chained 1 and I hop into the chain 1 space to work my 3 double crochet. Once that is done, let us chain 1 and hop into the corner to complete our corner. That's the starting point, and that's an incomplete corner. So here I'm working 3 double crochet, chain 3, and we are going to slip stitch into the topmost chain, and then I chain 1 to secure my work. Now let's snip off the yarn. As I have been telling you, we need to work 4 such squares, and the 16th row I have worked in the same color. That's my third, and this is my fourth. Now how are we going to measure the size of our granny square? This is how we are going to place our granny square, our first granny square, on the cushion cover to see the size that is necessary for us to work. And this is how the granny squares are to be laid or placed on the cushion. That's the side. See, from all the 4 sides the granny squares are going to meet. See how easy, how simple, and the effect is going to be very pretty. So this is how it is going to look. That is the reason why I was telling you the final round. For my cushion size, it is the 16th. For yours, it may be more, it may be less. And this is how the 4 granny squares are to be placed. And then we are going to stitch. Now I'm going to show you how it is to be done. Till here, I hope it is clear. See, all the points are going to meet in the middle, and while stitching we are going to turn the right sides towards each other. The wrong side is going to be on the, it should face us. Now let's take a tapestry needle and start sewing. Sewing is very simple. Just we are going to pass our needle from this side to the other side parallelly, otherwise it is not going to look tidy. So carefully we are going to pass the tapestry needle from this end to the other, and we are going to sew along. I am going to show you how it is to be stitched. Going to stitch very slowly. We are not going to hurry because we don't want to spoil the look of our cushion cover. So carefully we are going to stitch into each of the chains. From this end we are going to pass it to the next end and work carefully. Process is very simple. So here I am almost at the end of this particular side, and to tuck it, to secure it well, I just worked 2-3 times there and I did a knot. So my one side has been stitched. So this is how it looks, 2 of the granny squares stitched together. Now the other two, again the right sides are going to face each other, and I am going to start stitching again in the similar fashion how we just did the first one. We are going to start from one end, that is from the corner space, and gradually stitch. Now when you are starting, we can just make a knot, or we can just hold it and keep sewing the loose end. That way also it is done. Or if you are not comfortable with this, we can just tie a knot in the initial point where we are starting to sew. Let us sew. I'm going to tuck that starting yarn because I didn't tie the knot, and I am going to continue sewing till the end of this particular side. So I have reached the side, and here I am going to carefully finish it off because I don't want my stitch to open later on. So my two granny squares are also stitched. So we have two sets of stitched granny square. Now we are going to place it in this fashion. See, those are the mid points, and we are going to stitch the two granny squares together again. That means all the four granny squares have to be stitched to each other. Simple as that. So let us start off stitching from the middle, because we want the pattern in the middle to lie one upon the other, and let us sew till the end, and other half also we are going to work in the similar manner. That means till now what we did is we stitched the four granny square patterns together. That is what has to be done. Nothing to panic. It's a very simple project, and the best part is we can use all our scrap yarns. Actually, the tiny bits of yarn that we have, those also can be used in the initial phase of the pattern. So my stitching is complete of this side. Now this part is still left. Now I'm going to stitch that part. See how colorful our cushion cover is going to look. Now I'm going to stitch it all, and then I'm going to meet you. See, here I'm still stitching. Actually I'm at the end, so I'm showing it to you. The stitching has to be done carefully. We are not going to just hurry through it. And that's the end point. The end point, we are going to secure our work in this fashion. So all my four granny squares have been stitched. This is how it placed. I have placed it on the ground so that it becomes easy for you to understand. And this is how we are going to place our cushion. And from the side, it's going to meet this way. Two sides have met, that's the third, and this is the fourth side. Yes, this is how it is to be placed. This is the right side. Now we are going to stitch these sides. Actually it is just like an envelope, if you see. Now let's remove the cushion carefully. That's the first flap, the second and the third flap is going to meet, and those are the points that is going to be stitched. And finally, see, it's like an envelope actually. Now let's turn it around. The wrong side The right side faces inside, the wrong side outside. See, a perfect envelope. Now we are going to start stitching from this point. We are going to go upwards. Once you place it, you will understand how it is to be stitched. Actually, it's very easy. I think by now you all have understood how it is to be stitched, just that we have to remember to keep the wrong side facing us. Now let's start stitching this big envelope. Stitching has to be done carefully, as I have been telling you. So we are starting to stitch. We are going to stitch it right till the midpoint of this particular side. We are going upwards. Oh, I need to change my tapestry needle also. See, I'm using that rusted needle till now also. This is how we are going to sew. Actually, I forget to change it also, as long as it is doing my work. Now we are going to sew till this particular point, and then we are going to sew this side as well. So our envelope will be done. See, that's our envelope. Now let's start joining it with the other side, other flap, and then we are going to go downwards now. So 3 of the flaps have already met in the middle and we are stitching them. 1 flap has not been attached, because from that point we are going to put our cushion in. Now we are going to sew downwards till the end. See, I have reached the end point, and as I told you, the size of the granny square that you must make has to be measured by placing it on the cushion that we are making the cushion cover for. So I have reached the end, and here I am going to carefully secure or tuck my yarn, and this is how it looks. I have turned it inside out, so the right side of the cushion cover is facing outside. Now I have placed it down so that it becomes easy to understand. This is how our cushion cover looks. This is the flap. This is the right side, and one of its flap is open like an envelope, and from that point we are going to put in our cushion. In goes our cushion. Now the cushion is nicely tucked into the cushion cover. This is the right side. See how colorful and bright. Now for this particular flap, what we are going to do is, I am going to sew it, but it is going to be very crude one. That is, I am not going to do the work minutely, because this is the point from where we are going to open the cushion cover and remove it when needed to be washed. So this point here I am attaching my brown yarn again, and there I am going to make a knot carefully, which can be pulled easily, and then I am going to stitch it, but not minutely. I am going to take huge leaps while stitching, so that while removing the cushion cover, it doesn't become troublesome. And once it is removed and washed, again we are going to stitch it like this way. And this particular yarn, we can keep it attached to the cushion, so that once it is dry and when needed to be put into the cushion, we can just put it there and sew it again. See, big steps I am taking. This way it will become easy to remove the cushion cover as and when required. but if you want to do it minutely, you may do it. It is your choice. So I have reached the end point as well. Please see carefully how I am going to do the end point. And I hope you all will try this beautiful granny square cushion cover. It looks so beautiful and it is so very easy to work. Now let's tuck. This is how we tuck, and then there I am going to snip off my yarn. I couldn't find my small scissors, also I'm using a huge one. So this is my cushion cover, and the cushion is nicely tucked into it. This is how it looks. Well, I am loving it. What about you? And I hope you all will try this beautiful pattern. Even the freshers who are new into crocheting, do try this pattern. It is so very easy to work, and it will come out really colorful and beautiful, and you are just going to love it as I am loving it. Thank you, my dear friends, for staying till the end. If you all have liked the video, do give a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family members. And if you are new to our channel, do consider subscribing and stay tuned for interesting videos. So till we meet again, stay safe, be happy, and it's bye for today.